which I have in my pot just warming on my little stove here. You don't want this to come to a boil, just till it gets little bubbles around the edges. And while that's happening, I'm going to work on the rest of it. This is a half a cup of regular sugar, 1/4 cup of pastry flour, cake flour, not regular all-purpose, and about half a teaspoon of salt. And just gonna whisk that together to blend. There are many versions of pastry cream. This is just one of the many. Some of them are larger, some of them are smaller. This is a smaller type recipe because I only need some for my pastry tarts. Okay, and now in here I have 4 egg yolks. No, not whole eggs, just the yolks. And I'm going to mix all of this together, making almost a paste. My milk is heating up beautifully. Let's see, this is really almost a paste. All right. Now what we're going to do is I'm going to start tempering the eggs. And the way I'm going to do that is I'm going to remove some of this milk, and while whisking, or just going to put a little bit in to start to loosen it up. If you put it in too fast, the hot milk is going to curdle the eggs and you're going to have scrambled eggs instead of what you want. So a little bit more. Once you get the eggs warmed up to the same temperature as the milk, you can add more of it, taking it little by little here. I absolutely love this pastry cream. I don't know if you've ever had real pastry cream, not the stuff you find in some store-bought pastries. And this is not that difficult, as you can see. Okay, now I'm going to add the rest of my milk. And just keep it moving. Okay, now back in the pot. And now we're going to bring this up to a boil. And just boil it till it starts getting thick. What you want handy is another bowl with a sieve and some vanilla. You don't want to put the vanilla in now. It'll lose out a lot of its flavor. You want it added at the end where you'll get that true flavor of vanilla. And this will take, 3 to 5 minutes. I've been whisking now for about maybe 3.5, 4 minutes, and I can feel it really starting to thicken now. You really want to make sure you keep this moving. And now there it is, it's at the boil, so we want to boil for about 10 seconds. Okay, and now I'm going to add my vanilla, just about 1 teaspoon. Not even going to measure. And then the reason you want to pour it through a sieve into another bowl is just in case you did accidentally scramble a little bit of the eggs. This will get rid of that scramble. You'll have a nice smooth pastry cream. Okay. Push it through. And then what you want to do is, as soon as I finish getting it through the sieve, I had none. That's great. That means I did a good job at whisking. What you want to do now is get a piece of plastic wrap, and we're going to put it right down onto the surface, not just right across the bowl, but right down to the surface. And this will keep the pastry cream from forming a skin on it, much like pudding that you would make. You know how you used to make it, put it in the refrigerator and didn't cover it, then you had that skin on the top and then it was nice and creamy underneath. Same thing will happen to this. So you want to cover it and put it in the refrigerator till it gets nice and chilled. at least a couple of hours before you use it. And you can make this up to 3 days in advance and keep it in your refrigerator and it'll still be good. So I'm going to put mine in the refrigerator until it's ready to go into my tarts.